Good day. Interestingly, with the cold weather, our our chard and our beetroot leaves have really taken a beating. I'm a bit surprised by that because I didn't think it would be that cold. The broad beans in there look okay. I mean, they look fine. I'm very glad I netted them. Yeah, very glad I netted them. And I should also, before we went off to Vivi for a few days, have paid heed to what Mum and Dad used to say regularly. Don't put off until tomorrow what you can do today. There was a very specific job I intended to do last week before we went away that I didn't do, and now I won't be able to do it. Our carrot bed. I had meant to harvest these before we went away, and as I was going out the gate the other day, it was like, oh, I'll do that when I get back. But yeah, I will be doing it, but not for very many, because as you can see, a whole load have been munched. Squirrels, no doubt. Look, down here is a deathbed of carrot tops and carrots. Yeah, anyway, my fault. I've never had squirrels take carrots before. I mean, you know, we did a few weeks ago in this bed. Never had it happen before then. Beetroot, yes. Maybe they're just finding these carrots super sweet. I don't know. But yeah, look. Well, I might as well just... God, you can see how they've been chewed. Look at that, look. Well, I guess I just harvest what I can harvest now. Any that I do harvest that have been bitten at all by a creature will go into our compost bin. You never know what diseases creatures may be carrying in their mouths, on their saliva, in their teeth, you know, all of that. Hey ho. Well, there's our carrot harvest, and obviously I've decided to harvest them all because how do I know whether any others will get taken? So yeah, these are going home. I won't take any leaf home. I've taken most of the leaf off, but where there are some leaves remaining, I will remove them. As per usual, I come down with one thing, a little harvest, which I have done, beetroot, a couple of beetroot and some turnips, and end up with a whole bag of carrots. Now those will do us very well. There's some decent sized ones in there, which is great, and the smaller ones will be absolutely fabulous to just give a good scrub or a little peel to and have with our homemade hummus. So yeah, they will all be eaten. I did check through them to make sure there was no teeth marks before I washed them. And then after I'd washed them, I did check through them again to make sure there was no teeth marks or tears in the skin. There was one which had tooth mark in, so that has gone into our compost bin. So yeah, so that will go to feed our soil next spring, which is grand. Yeah, don't put off until tomorrow what you can do today. But actually today the only thing I'm going to do is go home and make some supper. I'll be using beetroot and turnips. I think they will be pan steamed with a little butter, and what are we going to have with them? I don't know. A baked potato and maybe just some cheese or something like that. I don't feel like doing anything fancy this evening, so I'm not going to do anything fancy this evening. I don't think Richard's got any plans either to do anything, so yeah, it will be what it will be. Anyway, that's it for this Monday segment of A Week at the Plot. Yeah, different to what I'd anticipated. I hope to do another job that I had expected to do today, maybe tomorrow or Wednesday. And if I do that, I'll see you then. Right, I'm going to go. See you very soon. Bye. Oh, hello, Mr. Magpie. Magpie just went over. Solitary magpie. Bye. Good day. It's Thursday afternoon and it was sunny this morning. It's pretty grey now. We've had quite a bit of cold over the last few days, though today is significantly milder. Yesterday, inside and outside, it was about 5 degrees. Today, I think inside's about 11 and outside is 15 at the moment. Though you would be forgiven for thinking it was not, because with a breeze coming across the plot it does feel quite a bit chillier. However, I don't have gloves on and I don't need gloves on. It's yeah, it's not that cold, but I'm glad to have layers on. At least I can take layers off. And I needed a walk. I needed to get out of the house. I feel a little bit housebound, a little bit desk bound maybe also over the last few days, and I thought a walk to the plot would be good. And when we came back from Vivi had given us back square pots that I have, that when I'd given her plants they were in square pots and she has given them back to me. So I thought, you know what, I'll bring them down. So I brought them down and I was just walking in with the pots and thought, you know what, there is a job that I can do today. And it's a slightly odd one, because it's doing something in preparation for what might happen or what may likely happen. If you've been watching us for a while, you'll know that a few years ago we put the house on the market, and it was when interest rates were going up and up and up and up, and the housing market was pretty flat. And anyway, we didn't sell the house, but we did say in a year or so or two or whatever, we might put the house back on the market. And as I was walking to the shed, I thought, you know what, grab a pad and a pen and just go round the plot and have a look at the few things I thought at the time I would like to take either take from here or take cuttings of to take away to our new home. Whether that be next year, the year after, 5 years time, I don't know. At the moment we're sort of thinking it might be next year, but we'll see how the market and how things go. And when I got to the corner of the plot, I thought, oh yeah, I want to take the yellow buddleia, and I also want to take the lavender. I'll do that as cuttings. There's the perennial kale. We've talked about that a few months ago when I was relocating some, saying that I definitely take 1 or 2 of those, though I think I'll do some cuttings of that as well. Oh, and there's the hydrangea I was given by the lady at the end of our road. I definitely want to take that. Oh, and then if the gazanias, I want to take those. And then, oh, it would be lovely to have a cutting of the white rose, and then I have a white rose that I take from here, so I can always remember the plot through that white rose. And then the list went on. And on. And on. And you know what? I'm not sure I've got everything down that I actually want to take. And this is just plants. This isn't bench, trays, pots, big tubs, watering cans, hoe, you know, none of that. This is just plants. And I was going through, oh yeah, the snowberries, I'm going to take cuttings from those, would like those. Already got some snowberries anyway. Oh, Cannon Hall grape in the greenhouse. I've got a second grape that I also want to take, that's on the bench here. Pansies, the Santolina, obviously it's a great edging thing. We know how big one has got. Mum and Dad, the native geraniums that I've got in the pot. Mexican fleabane, which reminds me of Guernsey. Foxgloves from Vivi. I mean, yeah, the list just goes on. Cardoon, you know, I'd like to have a cardoon because I love their ornamental structure, so definitely a cardoon would come with me. There's one in the decrepit flower border bed, and I think I would take that one. Cultivated blackberry, I do have one in a pot, so that's okay, but I'll need to take it with me. Ceanothus, would like to have that. We had Ceanothus when we moved into our house, and we had it for about 12 years, and it was absolutely fantastic. We had one right by the back door and one right at the bottom of the garden. The one by the back door lasted about 8 years and then just died off in really cold weather, and I think that was 2009 that one died off. And then the one at the back, that has died off as well over the years. Various apples, figs in pots. So I've made a list basically of everything I would like to take. Some things I'll be taking as they are because they may be in pots. Other things I'd like to take as cuttings. So do I need to do the cuttings to be able to take those in you know, next year or the year after as little plantlets? Some things are going to be seeds. So the Nigella here, I'd like to collect seeds. I think I've already got some anyway, but I've put those down because I'd like to take them on. So yeah, that's a California poppy. I don't think I've got California poppy seeds, but I'll have a look. But yeah, I mean, I can now go through this list, which, being pretty anal in many ways, I will type up, and I can put next to it whether I'm taking the plant, whether I need to take cuttings, and then I can put a note of when I need to take cuttings, if I want to take it as a cutting. If I need to take seeds, I can put a note down of how I want to take them and in what state I want to take them. You know, will it be seeds, will it be cuttings, will it be an actual plant? So yeah, I mean, I just thought that would be useful, and I think it would also be useful to make a list of all of my tools as well that I would want to take with me. I doubt I will take the polytunnel with me, and in fact somebody else already has their eye on this polytunnel. It has done me well, though we know that we did some remedial work on holes earlier, you know, a few months ago, they seem to be holding up well. None that I'm looking around that had tape over holes where I did the remedial work. None of that tape has come off, so that's pretty good. But yeah, I just thought it would be worthwhile doing a list. I don't know why it suddenly came to my mind. I think maybe because I saw the buddleia coming in, and then I saw the calendula, and not calendula, yeah, I saw the calendula and thought, actually I want to take some of those as seeds. I do have that. I saw the tree honeysuckle, or I thought about the tree honeysuckle. So we can see, I mean, you know, here, this is the perennial kale. There's a cutting of perennial kale already. I think that's doing fine. No roots yet at the bottom. And over here, this, you can see a bit of leaf here. This is our tree honeysuckle. This one did go to flower. This one I think has died back. Oh no, there is still a little bit of leaf on there. So I know I've got one there that hopefully, and one in the other pot that hopefully I will be able to take. So yeah, I thought it would be useful to do a list, and I just didn't realise when I was going through just how much really I would want to take from here. Yeah, you know, a lot, but that's fine. It's good to have a list, because at least that then settles in my mind things that I might want to take. And who knows, I might go, actually, you know what, I'll only take that snowberry, or I'll only take one of the blackcurrants or something, you know, rather than one of each variety that I've got. Though I think it would be sensible to take one of each variety that I do have, where I have multi varieties. But yeah, the thing is, when it's down and when it's on my computer, or when it's on paper, you know, you can scrub it out, or you can say ×2 or whatever. So I think that was a pretty good use of my time, because all I wanted was a walk down here today and a bit of time out, basically. And that doing this for, you know, 15 minutes walking around the plot has actually been rather lovely. And yeah, I've just thought of something else that I need to write down, so I'll write that down. Yeah, and I don't think this list is all the we were given tree lilies, and they've never really worked here. I think if they don't work next year, I might dig them up and store them. Or should I just, no, I just leave them. I'm just going to leave them. We'll see how it goes. But that's the thing, you know, once you've got a list, you can swap and change. So yeah, that's it. I'm going to leave it there. Otherwise I will be waffling about the future and what is now for ages. What I do need to do is I need to trim the paths here, because the paths are getting really long. But that'll have to wait for another day, and a dry day at that. Right, I'm going to go. See you very soon. Bye. Good day. Saturday afternoon. I've just come into my shed. There's a whole load of carrots and 2 lettuce being left for me by a plot holder. And I know exactly which plot holder this is. What a lovely, kind gift, as always, from these lovely people. Yeah, fabulous. I'm going to do a little bit of harvesting of my own, though, as well, over there by the beetroot. Just going to take these 2. You can see the beetroot leaves unusually have really been bitten by the frost. Just those 2. They'll go into a coleslaw this evening. And there's a little bit of harvesting I need to do, which I hadn't expected to do. I think the squirrels have taken umbrage because I harvested the carrots. So you might be able to see over here, There's a turnip that's been pulled out, and these turnips here. Or I'm not sure, it could be that brush has done this, because I know brush is around at the moment. Anyway, I can't see any teeth marks, so it could be that it's brush, but I think it's most probably... Oh look, there's one here as well, look. No, I don't think that would be brush. I think that's a squirrel. Honestly, if it's not one thing, it's another, isn't it? I don't think I'd be able to get the sky behind you on camera, because it really is... I'd love to, because it's so gorgeous. It really is. Blue sky and lit up clouds. I mean, they're just incredible. There's a plane going across. Let me see if I can grab it for a moment. Don't know whether the camera will pick it up. I don't know if that looks as gorgeous to you as it does to me, but it really is quite a fabulous sunset. The sun's already gone down below the tree line, and it's just lighting up these clouds on the edges. Quite thin cloud. And to my left is a moon. Well, not a moon, the moon, our moon. When Mum got married, her bridesmaid, shortly afterwards, she moved to Yorkshire, and she said to Mum one day, "Tell me, Mary, is the moon you've got in Guernsey the same as the one we have here?" So that always amuses me, that always amuses me. Is it the same moon? Oh, lovely, lovely. It is rather lovely, and it's Saturday afternoon, and it's been really quite busy. There's been Sunday chat to film, of course. There's been soup making, there's been writing, there's been doing some work to get ahead of myself for the beginning of next week, because next week I can see is going to be quite busy as well. So I just wanted to come down and do a little bit of harvesting, and I knew that there was a gift in the shed for me, but I didn't realise there was going to be such a gorgeous amount of carrots and those 2 lettuce. So I'm so grateful to that plot holder. They really are incredibly good to us. That's the one where I gave them 5 squash plants earlier in the year, and 2 of them turned out to be the only butternuts that we had. So anyway, yeah, that amuses me. That does amuse me. Another thing that I really loved this week is the fact that the Schlumbergera that I took a cutting of, I think it was a year ago or 50 weeks ago, I think, and I showed on a week at the plot, has actually grown really well. It went in as 2 leaves on 1 leaf as a cutting, and it's grown several leaves since, and it flowered. So that was absolutely lovely. And then when we were up at Richard's aunt in July, I think it was, or June, she had one that was flowering in midsummer. So I took a cutting of that, and it's a true white one. Hers was truly white. So I've taken a cutting of that, or I took a cutting of that, put that into a little pot as well, and that has grown about 4 or 5 leaves from the original 1 leaf that I put in. So yeah, I adore Schlumbergeras, I really do. I know some people call them Thanksgiving cactus, or Easter cactus, or Christmas cactus. I mean, ours seem to flower generally between the months of October and December, January. So yeah, I think Vivi's are putting on a second show already. I think hers flowered about a month ago, and it's showing signs of reflowering, which is really fabulous. But I was so pleased to see that my 2 cuttings of Schlumbergera are doing well, so that's great. I've got my beetroot. It's getting pretty chilly down here. It's been warm in the sun today, about 15-16 degrees, something like that. I saw people in the sunshine walking down our road just in a t-shirt, several people walking down in t-shirts today whilst the sun was out. I certainly wouldn't be doing that now because you need to wrap up. It's certainly getting cool now. So look, not a huge amount done in this week's A Week at the Plot, but some weeks are like that. And I have typed up my list from the other day. That's all typed up, and it's got columns of whether I'll be taking as a pot or whether I'll be taking as a plant, i.e. digging it out of the ground, or whether I need to do cuttings of it. I've done that list. It's all on my computer, and I can access that on my phone obviously as well, which is really good. But yeah, I'm just going to sit here for a little bit and watch this blue sky and these clouds, and I'm going to say goodbye to you for this week. So wherever you are around the world, whatever is happening and whatever is going on in your garden, your growing space, or your allotment, I hope you are having skies that are pleasing to the eye and pleasing to your soul, because these here certainly are for me. See you very soon, and happy growing. Bye.